understand why you passed it to me. I don't understand what's going. Why did you tell me?
I should not pass it to you.
Why?
Pass
Why?
it back.
Why? But it's interesting that you're making ofada rice today because we have Tolani Fashion in here with us. She's a registered dietitian and member of the Association of Nutritionists. And you know, the amazing thing, we were discussing this particular meal just now. And she's already said how healthy it is. No, just tell them again. Just tell them again.
Yes, I said ofada rice is healthy.
It's healthy.
It is like one of the best of the rice family because it's not processed. You still have the fiber there, and then the nutrients are still intact. It's not polished. So, very good option for diabetics, for everybody.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, she specializes in calculating calories for special health cases such as diabetes and other weight-related health disorders. Now, we're going to be discussing today the issue of being overweight and why people think that they are. So basically, the question is, who told you you are overweight?
Yes.
So how can we break this down?
Well, let me start with explaining that the issue of underweight, overweight is a global matter.
Okay.
I think the UN had a rough estimate. Now, let me even start with the children now. Let me not go to the adults who have so that in a community, as you're battling with the issue of obesity and overweight, you're battling with the issue of underweight and chronic wasting. Like globally now, the UN Advisory Nutrition Board, they have been able to find out that less than 100 and, did I say less than, sorry, about 161 million children worldwide below the age of 5, they are stunted. When I say stunted, it means that they have low height for age.
Okay.
Now, they realize that like 61 million are moderately or severely wasted. When I say wasted, I mean low weight for height. And then the last 41 million obese.
41 million are obese.
Globally.
Children.
And then we are not just talking about, okay, this is a poor family. You'll be amazed that it doesn't have to be, it's not about poverty. Yes, you can see some families, yes, the mother just fries buns every day, they eat a lot of bread, and you see really obese children, because obesity is not a sign that you're really healthy, that you're eating well, because some mothers feel, I want my baby to be big. The bigness is not a sign of that, you know, you have. So how do, a lot of people have this conception that, okay, my friend is bigger than me, so that means that I'm not overweight, or I'm bigger than my friend, so it means that I'm overweight. But
there are parameters. I guess, as you've already said, weight for height.
Yes.
So in other words, how tall you are, right?
Yes.
Actually determines if you are obese or if you are overweight for your age and your height, right?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
For children, we do more of a weight for height, you know, stuff. But for adults, we do that too. But then we don't really hold your, except, okay, we know post-menopause, you know, you've passed menopausal age, there's a tendency you had some weight. Okay, the aged, you know, there's a little bit of more shrinking, you know, with age. But the usual thing, let me just go down to, but I want to talk about something briefly. And the issue, that is the issue of people that, okay, this obsession of wanting to, because now we're talking about weight-related issue. Actually, a lot of youngsters, women, men, they would be interested in this. Now, I want to point this out, that your pursuit shouldn't be about vanity. You should understand that obesity, it shows that there's enough evidence to show that obesity reduces life expectancy by a quarter, not by half. So it is an epidemic. It's a major health disorder. So when you're addressing the issue of being overweight, don't just address, I want to have the hourglass shape.
I was going to mention that. So that hourglass figure that we see a lot of Instagram babes doing now. So there are quite a lot of ladies who have been said to have had work done to reduce their waist, increase their hip size, but they are of a certain weight. I don't, you know, decreasing your waist doesn't actually adjust your weight, so to speak. So could you break that down for us?
Okay, so now that would lead me to what are the things to look out for when you want to say, okay, maybe I've added a little weight, I'm obese now and stuff like that. Number one is the waist to hip ratio.
Waist to hip ratio.
Yes, I won't just say the waist, because we can use the width of the waist too. For women, when it's greater than 35 inches,
okay,
you're tending towards being overweight and obese. Okay. For men, when it's more than 40 inches, I mean, you take the tape around your waist, I mean, your belly button round, you know.
So if it's over 40
inches, for men, that's overweight.
And over 35 for women.
Inches for women, that's overweight. But the most important one is the waist to hip ratio. Okay. You can have the thin waist and your hips are so wide and you are within, yes, to men you look really attractive, but you're within the range of being overweight and obese. Oh, wow. Because when you measure, you take the tape around your bum, the large part of, you know,
your hip.
The medical, people call it the gluteus maximus. And now you take the tape around that and then you measure, maybe in centimeters, and then you now come to your belly button, you measure too, you divide the waist by the hip ratio. Okay. Whatever you get. For women, if it is greater than 0.8, okay, you are overweight.
Wow.
Forget about the very tiny waist. And for men, when it's over 1.0, okay, you are overweight.
Okay.
In fact, you are tending towards obesity.
All right. And then, of course, this becomes an issue later on in life.
In old age. For women that have, it's attractive, but then the weight of the muscles, the weight of the bones, becomes weight on the bones. And then you still have more incidences of arthritis, of a lot of bone pain, fractures. Mama sprained her leg and blah, blah, blah.
Wow. Yes. So the only person that can really identify if you are obese is an actual doctor, right? To do the calculation, or a nurse that can do the calculation.
You can do it by yourself. That's what I'm telling people now. But then, of course, the vitals, when you come to the hospital, one of the very first things they will do after checking your BP is the waist to hip ratio. Then the second thing is the BMI. Very important.
BMI, very, very important. Now, I wish we could continue this, but this is a series. We're talking about weight gain, weight loss as a series now, and Tolani will be back again next week to help us learn a little bit more. We have to take things to the kitchen.